My name is TNG Street Rider, and I am back once again with the Marvel Heroes gameplay highlight, this time featuring Psylocke. So, sorry about this being about a day late, guys, but I did have to work my normal job. But for Psylocke, I actually didn't want to show you guys all the VFX because there's been a lot of guys doing that, and some of them doing a very incredible job. Please support the Marvel Heroes community by checking some of them other guys out. But I want to rather talk about some of the more intricate things with this hero. First of all, she looks fantastic. They did a really great job on her model. It's a little bit new school with a lot of the iconic 90s X-Men thrown in, which is perfect for me because that's how I remember her, with the sash and the one piece. But go ahead and take a look at her 3 skills. She has her psionic constructs, which is, as it says, all of her special psionic moves, like her psi blades and her psi katanas, crossbows. As you can see, I did not go far into this at all. In fact, I only took psi strike, and I did 1 point in psi thrust, which I have as my movement power. And I took that move basically because it's her assist and her ultimate from, I'm sorry, her super from Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And I thought that was a nice throwback. They did a great job on side thrust. Other than that, we have her ninja assassin tree. Now the ninja assassin tree actually goes a lot into her more stealth based attacks. She starts with Shadow Dash, which I didn't really go into, but she has her main passive, Deadly Assassin. I put 20 points into it. Most people, you're going to want to put 20 points into it. She has all of these other moves are actually really great. They're really nice looking, but they're all with stealth. If you know me, you know I don't really like too much of the stealth characters aside from Nightcrawler. So I kind of ignored that, and you don't need to go into that to make Psylocke work at all. It's really more about what type of playstyle you want with her. So I personally was not fond of that. I did want more of a psionic construct, but her psionic construct moves tended to be more ranged, which was kind of odd because I would have liked more of her psionic dagger attacks. But Psi Strike, I guess it has to be enough for me, which that's Psi Strike. It looks really great. And then a tree that I was not going to use initially, but ended up trying it, was Telepathy, and this is really her range moves. We have her basic AoE, which is Psionic Assault. She gets it at level 1. I recommend putting at least 10 points into it. She has Psi Bolt, which is her basic ranged attack, or at least one of them. She also has the crossbow construct, but I like Psi Bolt better because it does restore more spirit per hit, and it has attack speed. And something interesting that I found is that she has this secondary energy source called psionic energy, and it's supposed to be generated when psionic energy is dealt, or she has psionic construct moves like this basic range move that's supposed to generate additional psionic energy. She also has Psi Knife, which is again supposed to generate additional psionic energy. I don't know if they're broken, if these 2 skills are broken right now, but Ninjutsu Strike and Psi Bolt actually regenerate much more psionic energy per hit. In fact, these 2 moves specifically will engage and will generate almost an entire bar with just 1 hit. So it gives you a lot more time to use moves like Psi Strike, which is what I use for her one-on-one attack because it does phenomenal damage. Then right here I have Psionic Vortex, and I also use that in conjunction with the Psionic Assault. So this is the Vortex, and the Vortex sucks them all into the same area, very similar to a Scarlet Witch type move. And then I throw down her Psionic Assault, which that weakens and adds a vulnerability to them and slows them. And then that's when I hit them with my last move, which is Psycho Blast, which, as you can see there, deals a lot of mental damage, and enemies who are both vulnerable and weakened will actually take extra damage, are knocked back and stunned. So it's a really nice little combo that you can do there. You know, you hit them with the vortex to suck them all in, drop the assault on them, and then stun them all, and finish them off with tons of AoE damage. She plays groups really well with that little combo, and it's more AoE than I wanted to use initially. It's more psychic moves that I wanted to use. I wanted to be more melee focused, but it worked so well, it was hard for me to realistically recommend anything else besides those three. She does have Side Crush, which is a big butterfly move. It looks cool, don't get me wrong, but it's not really that strong. Her Side Bolt is actually a very small butterfly, but it's very quick, and it will explode when it comes into contact with something. So it actually does a little bit of AoE damage as well. And then this is her basic ninjutsu strike that she starts the game with. Very flashy, looks cool, and very effective. Other than that, I did go ahead and her signature move, put in the 10 points into her retro butterflies, and the reason for that was it's pretty much just a guided missiles, like who has it? Iron Man has it. It's pretty much the same exact thing as that. Only difference is it's on a longer cooldown and shoots out 25 missiles as opposed to 6. It's cool. It does a lot of damage. Not really spectacular in my opinion, but it's useful, and it's good to just throw something on there, because you don't really need something like a Shadow Step unless you're going into PvP with the crowd control. You know, because if you're doing group content, there are so many characters that have group-wide crowd control immunities and releases that you don't have to worry about it yourself. Your job, at least with my build on Psylocke, is to do damage, and do damage as quickly as possible to as many enemies as possible. And that's kind of it. And you'll see here I also put 20 points into her other passive, Psionic Resilience. It has a lot of defense, a lot of dodge, and you and your allies regenerate 271 health per second for 3 seconds when you're hit with a mental power. So it helps sustain the group a little bit, but you know, you're not really a supportive character. It just kind of helps keep things topped off. This passive, one of my items actually gives me it. I would probably put 1 point into it, but I wouldn't go more than that unless you go very heavily into the psionic constructs, which again is your choice. And then her ultimate, Psionic Maelstrom, looks fantastic, and I will show you this on the last boss, because it does look great. So to that effect, let's go and kill some stuff. This is only a green terminal. The reason being is I don't have a lot of time to do this. I probably have to go through it a little bit. So I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of... Is this a green terminal? I don't remember actually now that you bought it. I may have done a red by accident. Not a big deal. One thing though you will notice is that she doesn't have the best defense. And again, I don't have any uniques right now. I am working with the Cosmics, Purple Ring, and just a Lady Deathstrike medallion. Mostly because we don't have the ability to get the uniques anymore through the test center. They've taken that away so people don't see all the uniques every time. But not a big deal. She's perfectly fine with just the She's perfectly fine with just the Cosmics. Oh no. I'm getting overwhelmed. There's a lot of see, this is why I'm kind of on two places with Psylocke. She is a fantastically main character in the sense of all of her effects look great. Her voice acting is great. Very true to the character overall, and she does do a good amount of damage, but I don't feel that she is overly strong. I also don't feel that she's overly weak. I just feel that she's a character that requires finesse. She kinda is like, in my opinion, the Human Torch when he was first released. Tons of AoE damage, not a lot of single target damage. The only difference is she doesn't have the overwhelming defense that he had. She doesn't have any active passives or abilities that I saw that would act as defense. This is probably the closest she had, which is Psionic Projection. And it doesn't explode or anything to add damage to it. What I would say is that she is definitely suffering from a lack of defense, and if you're looking for a character that you're just going to go and steamroll with, Psylocke is probably not going to be the character you're looking for. But she is a lot of fun to play. She's just not the easiest to play. And again, not in terms of she has very hard concepts to deal with or anything like that. It's just she doesn't do so much damage that warrants, in my opinion, her lack of defense. And some of you may be wondering, well, why does she have lack of defense? Well, it has to do again with a design decision that Brazilian has made with the dodge and it has to do with dodge and evading, and she can evade. She's one of the few characters now that can completely evade damage from avoiding it. However, it's such a low stat that she can do it so little that it's not a very reliable source of defense. And dodge, still to this day, only reduces damage 50%. So, when you don't have a lot of HP, which I have 12,000, a decent amount, and you don't have a lot of defense, dodging 50% of the damage, maybe 20% of the time, is not enough defense to make really what, in my opinion, should be a melee character. It's not enough to make her a tank at all. And all of her single target high priority damage comes from using the psionic energy with her 3 counter strike, at least in my build. She'll do great in groups where she's not the focus, but I would not see her. I would see her being a very frustrating character to try to solo in-game content with. Not to give you much better off with some of the other Marvel heroes and all do that. It would make it really honest. Now, on a, how does she feel? Is she fun to play kind of sense? Yes, she's, in my opinion, incredibly fun to play, especially if you're like me and are a sucker for the Marvel heroes of the night. And, I am, unfortunately. And I will be buying Psylocke. I do have, thankfully, enough attorneys to put up cash on her, but your enjoyment of Psylocke is directly going to come from how much you care about the character, how much you care about the classic 90s X-Men. And to that regard, yes, I'll say that she's worth the purchase because they've done her incredible justice in the way she's been represented. She just should have been. She's an agile ninja, but she's not agile to the point where she can tank. And that's because they put a huge emphasis on her psionic powers, which I believe in the comics she's been recently using more of, whereas in the 90s she was more of, they were kind of more of an afterthought, and she was more of a badass female ninja. Oh well, it's how comic book characters change with the times to make them more appealing, and Brazilian has to stay faithful to how Marvel wants their characters represented in the grand scheme of things. And they've done a great job with that regard. Other than that, I gotta say, there's not really much else to say about Psylocke. You can actually, if you really want to, use her as specifically only a ranged character. And I have a feeling that's how a lot of people are actually going to use her. Just because she has a great gap closer and kind of run away to kite into with her little psionic dodge that I keep doing there, and her little AoE psionic bolt does a lot of damage, a very high rate of fire, very similar to Jean Grey's psychic hammers. So I think she'll be very viable as a ranged hero if you kind of go that way with her. Again, it does feel like a little bit of a waste in my opinion, just because she is supposed to be a ninja, very cool ninja at that. But you know, she can be arranged like a ninja, I guess. That's not, you know, that's up to you how you really want to play it. Other than that, Psylocke is actually 400 Eternity Splinters, or $9.50, and I would go ahead and say if you have the splinters, go ahead and you know, grab her, pick her up. I do not think that she's worth $9, unfortunately. I would say to that, I mean the animations on her are fantastic, very reminiscent of Psylocke of all the generations, but should you really pay $9 just for just for pretty visual effects? That's something honestly that's going to happen with you. I can't make that decision. I don't know what's important to you in a hero, but if what's important to you is that in a hero is having a strong character to run like endgame content with, Psylocke is not going to be it, especially if you are soloist. If you have a super group to play with consistently, then your opinions may vary because you'll have a little bit more protection and you won't be the focal point of receiving all those damage. But bounty reward. Oh, apparently I'm a cosmic chest. I mean, I'm on a cosmic terminal. I did not know that. So, in that regard, right now she's doing great for doing a cosmic terminal. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think she'll be one of the go-to Marvel heroes if you're looking for a fresh out of the box hero that's amazingly strong. You know, she's not gonna be the next Ghost Rider. She's not gonna be the next Doctor Strange, or even maybe not even the next Nightcrawler, because Nightcrawler was exceptionally strong when he came out, even though he was using the stealth mechanic mostly. But she is a lot of fun to play. She does have amazing visual effects, and she is a really, really good attempt at Psylocke. I say attempt, but really they did a great job regardless. So, yeah, I don't know. Definitely worth picking up if you have the Eternity Splinters. If you only have the play Cat for, I honestly can't recommend doing that. Just because I feel that she's a little bit lacking in the overall polish and damage scaling. I would probably wait about a month to see how they fix her damage per minute, I guess you would say, or DPS damage per second, however you want to rate the damage scaling. But other than that, you know, Psylocke is a fantastic new addition to the Marvel Universe. And I'm going to go ahead and pop my ultimate right now. This is her ultimate. Very flashy. Looks fantastic, like I was saying.
Didn't see it coming.
Does tons of damage. And for 400 Eternity Splitter hero, the visual effects are stunning, absolutely stunning. So if that's really what the only thing you're looking for in a new Marvel hero, then she's absolutely worth the purchase. But again, I would caution you against spending actual cash on it because you may regret that decision. Yeah, other than that, I don't really have much else to say. She is available now, by the time this video will go up. Again, I apologize. I did have work, and I was not able to do this video ahead of time. But, you I will try to again be back to the day ahead or 2 days ahead schedule with the next Marvel hero, which I actually do not know who that is going to be at this point in time. But if the releases keep having really great quality, like they've been having recently with Suitstorm and now with Psylocke, I think it's safe to say that no matter what, you'll be satisfied with the newest Marvel hero coming out. And I hope you guys enjoy Psylocke. I hope you enjoyed the video as well. And again, if you want to see a full breakdown of all of Psylocke's visual effects, there are multiple videos available. Damn it! You can check out Marvel Heroes Reddit, or even the Marvel Heroes official forum in the community section. You can see who and where is doing visual effects showcases. Oftentimes, I'm not gonna lie, they get them out before I get my videos up, and the reason is because I want to make sure that I get these characters' videos made to you as close to the release as possible. That way,
I know that hurt.
I don't have my foot in my mouth because I say a character sucks and then they're fixed. And I hope you guys can appreciate that. And I know a lot of you do because you have stuck with me so far. But other than that, at the end of this video, I will also show you her other costume. She does only have the one other costume. Again, this is a Cosmic Terminal, which, I'm sorry guys, I meant to do a green terminal. I must have clicked Cosmic by accident. So this is why the video is going to be a little bit long. But I hope you enjoyed it. And if you guys are curious what I'm playing nowadays, on my off time, I'm actually back to Diablo 3. And I may stream it on my days off, I may not. I don't have a schedule or anything like that. But there you go.
Humiliating enough for you.
Wow, there's a lot of stuff. So much stuff I actually couldn't even open the chest underneath. Alright. No, there's another chest. I forgot. Cosmic. Alright. So here is her other costume. It is... Yes. Her... What is it called? Her X-Force costume. So X-Force is a really cool comic book. Hope you guys can appreciate that stuff. A little bit more covered up, but she looks still fantastic. I mean, she is Psylocke. So, and there you go. That's my Marvel Heroes gameplay preview of Psylocke. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, sorry to take up your time with the Cosmic Terminal. I did not mean to do that, but other than the one death or two deaths, it was pretty successful, I think. So just goes to show you that my build does work and you can get through the harder content. It's just going to take a little bit of skill. See you guys next time.